there are some lighting effects that just have fads, they're everywhere for a while and then they disappear and then they resurface again. And this time it's apparently the turn of the fiber-optic colour-changing flowers. And I saw these on display in a shop in Glasgow and bought this one because it was so vivid. It's very clearly a white LED under a traditional rotating coloured disc. So let's open it up and take a look inside and see what's changed. The construction of the fibre-optic flowers is the traditional sort of loose clump of fibres coming out the end like stamens. And the leaves have fibres laminated onto fabric, so you get a slight glow along the length, plus it glows at the tips. And all the fibre bundles, which are sort of disguised as branches, I suppose, stems, go down to this plastic bush that then aims the fibres onto the light source. The light source in this case looks like a single LED inside with a sort of reflector around it, and it's got the traditional rotating disc. Now, one of the things that, incidentally, it's quite loud. This one is really quite rumbly and rattly in operation. One of the things that surprised me about this was that I was expecting it to be a DC supply, quite a low voltage, low current supply, something like 5 volts or something like that. And to accommodate the fact it's an LED and maybe a small DC motor like the ones used in those sort of like disco style lamps, the rotating cover. But it appears to be 12 volts AC, which again, I suppose that makes sense because traditionally that's what the manufacturers use for these. So let's open this up and see what's inside. I'm guessing, and it's just a wild guess, that the LED is probably mounted on a piece of aluminium as a sort of heatsink, and it probably has a little 12 volt halogen style, a 12 volt driver used for the sort of MR11 or MR16 style lamps. So there's 4 screws appears to hold the module inside here, and the power socket is just a standard sort of 3.5mm jack on the side. Again, that's pretty common to the old version with the halogen lamp. And I'm wondering then if it's AC that's going in, is the motor just the same? Because it would make sense, because the motor tends to be a synchronous motor. It's one of the cheapest, simplest types of motors. Oh, this is different already to what I was expecting. Oh, that's interesting. It's basically, all they've done is replace the original MR11 style lamp with an LED one. So we've got the synchronous motor here, which is rated 12 volts, 6 revolutions a minute. Feels quite warm, it's been running for a while. It's got the stem going up to the disc, which is just a clear disc that has, I think it's been printed with the colours. And then we've got the lamp itself. The lamp is trapped in. I'd like to get the lamp out because, oh, tell you what, no, I can get that out. I can get that out if I undo a couple more screws. So if I take this screw out, and this one. So I suppose really it does make sense what they've done. They've used all their existing manufacturing stuff and probably the moulds as well, and that's just kept their costs down. It means they've been able to update to LED without any significant changes. So this is going to get in the way, but not to worry, I shall just force that out the way momentarily. I tried measuring the power of this, but the 2 power meters I have over here are not very good. They're producing erroneous results. I somehow don't think it's drawing 8 watts. I suppose it could be a 5 watt LED lamp, but I think it's more likely to be 3 watt. So I'm going to test this lamp. I'm guessing it's got a regulator built in. I'm going to go and test this in my bench power supply and see what sort of power it actually draws. I'll be back in a moment. One quick test later, and the lamp, when run at exactly 12 volts DC, drew 1/4 of an amp, which means it's a 3 watt LED lamp. So that's quite nice. I like the fact that the design has fundamentally, they've kept the same holder and everything. All they've done is change the lamp, and that's given it just a complete, oh, there's a wire just popped out the crimp, that's quite nice. Oh, 2 wires popped out, lovely. But that's just given it a complete new lease of life. It looks radically different with the LED lamp. It looks so much sharper and brighter. It's very nice. I do like that. It also opens up the possibility, I'll just unplug this, it's low voltage, of changing the disc for one of your choice. And one I used to use with other sort of things like the LED Christmas trees. I've just nudged the cable, that's why the camera's suddenly shaking. One I've used is a purple disc, just made of purple theatre gel, but I melted lots of small holes through it with a soldering iron tip, and it meant that the whole object that was illuminated was purple, but with lots of little dots of light skittering all over it. So it opens up possibility for putting in your own colour discs. But that's nice, I like that. This one was the shop display unit. It had obviously been running for quite a long length of time, but it was only one of that particular style they had left. So I just bought it anyway. Even though it had been running for a while, I'm not too bothered by that. It kind of shows that it's got good longevity, you know, it doesn't seem to have suffered any sort of thermal issues or LED degradation. So that's pretty good. I like that. It's a nice twist on the old design.